Clip number 7, we're doing the mambo crossovers. We had just picked it up from our arm roll. Let me do that one more time. We catch it here. Now, weights on the right foot. I'm going to show you this whole section. 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Couple bobbles there on my part, but I think it's clear enough that I don't need to repeat. So I'm going to break this down. First is going to be the footwork. It's pretty straightforward. We just went boogie down left with the arm roll. Right foot starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Repeat. A 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then paddle turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on that break step, we're doing a 1, 2. Sometimes we go 7, 8. Here we're going 1, 2, and I think that's where I made the little bobble earlier. So after I finish my paddle turns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2. It's a fall off the log. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm doing, some of us, we call this hot potato. It's like this hot potato on the floor. So as you turn around that corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're bouncing into it. Now from here, we're going to basically do apple jacks, but rather than going backwards, we're going to do them half time, and we're going to scoot forward. And the real name for these is trucking, of course. I don't know why I was calling those apple jacks, because they're actually a very similar foot movement, but it's trucking. That's the footwork we're using. What's happening is I'm twisting one foot in, and then I put the weight on my heel, and I roll so that my foot can wipe the floor. So window wiper, window wiper, window wiper. And then you have like this hopping pulse in your body. Boom, wipe, step, wipe, step, wipe, step, wipe. And it's fun to add your little bit of knees in there. Boom, 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 boom. Now when you end this, again, it's going to be another hot potato, and you prep on one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's going to be the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's breaking down each one of the footwork. I'm going to do all the footwork without stopping. We just did our boogie downs, boogie down. So we have mambo, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a paddle turn, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, hot potato, 7, and trucking, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, all right, that's your footwork for this section. Now let's work on the hat tricks. First mambo section, it's easy. Put the hat in front of you. Put it in your right hand. As you mambo over, put it on your head. Now we're going to do this little spin around, catch in front of you, spin, and then put it back on your head. And that was terribly demonstrated, so let's try this again. The grip is such that I have a 3-finger grip on top of the hat. I then have 2 extra fingers I'm going to disclose here, and then we're going to flick the hat to add some. It's basically like an outside roll, but it's done with more grippy, more fingerness. And then when I catch the hat coming around, if I come on top of my head, okay, can you see the air time there? I push the hat around, I catch it. Now I want to catch it out in front of me. Now, I know Tops pretty much always catches away from him. I have a habit of catching more towards me. Either one technically works, right? Regardless, though, you want to have your wrist flicking here, and now it's all about the thumb position. Because I'm wearing a fedora-style, fully crushable Will-Felt fedora, that's why they call it that, you're going to get these dimples in the front of the hat. It's the dimples with the right amount of saliva on your thumb. You'll actually see me do that in some routines. I'll lick my fingers, because if I'm too dry, the room's too dry, the felt becomes really slippery and the hat moves away. But if I have a little bit of stick, the hat just sucks like onto my thumb, and it's like I can't get it off, and that's exactly what I want. So it really depends on what you're spinning here. So using that dimple, that's where the thumb spin is going to happen. It's going to rotate around the hat. This one takes a lot of practice. You want to get really comfortable first just doing a wrist flick. And then once you get that wrist flick away from you, you're going to spin the hat towards you. So it goes on the inside as the rotation. Right? So I'm going for one rotation right now. So, and when I pick it back up, ideally you don't really want the hat, see my hat's limping a little bit because of the rotation. Ideally you want it to be in the exact same position, so it's like the hat just rotates and it's just hovering there. Whoop, a little bit. Hot fingers there. Whoo. Okay? You can do this all day long. I know one of Top's favorite things to do is while he's driving, he just uses his right hand, and he's just driving down the freeway, and he'll just sit there. And he's better than I am, and so he can actually, in every way possible, and he can spin that hat just like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times. It's crazy how many times he gets it. I'm fairly consistent with 1. You can see how consistent I am. 2 is a lot harder for me, getting that double rotation. So I'm always practicing 2. Typically when I'm in a performance, I end up reverting to singles. I know Tops is doing 2, and I'm totally impressed by that. So someday, with enough practice, I hope to get enough. I got a 2 there, did you see that one? There's a single. Because ideally what we're looking for is doing a couple singles and a couple doubles in this. So now let's get to the point. You want to flick off to the head catch, load, spin, put it back on your head. And then you want to do that with the other hand. Flick off, load, put it back on your head. Now this is one of these nice little seemingly easy tricks, but they do take a lot of practice. So when you're doing your mambo steps, mambo off, boom, mambo off, boom. Now notice I didn't do any hat spinning yet. This is just that first part of the trick, boom, and I'm just repeating here. It's when we go into our paddle turn that we're going to start spinning the hat. Paddle turn. So we're going to go, we flick off, boom, and if you want to, you can get a double in there. Again, because I'm doing a rotating paddle turn, it's really hard for me. And ideally, we're not looking to hide the hat. You want it to be off to the side or above your head slightly. Boom. So you get a nice visual on that. Again, my hat tends to drop sometimes. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to do basically the same thing while trucking. We truck, boom, we truck, boom, we truck, and we thumb spin, put it back on the head. So you can just get used to that, which is like left hand, oh, right hand, bow, right hand, boom, and spin and on, and left hand, oh, and left hand, oh, and left hand, prep, and spin and on. So I didn't do that perfectly. It's crazy. It happens really fast. Tops and I typically do the routine as a duo, and so he's tricking with right hand, I'm tricking with left hand. You need to learn both. When we do this in a large group or however many people you're doing with, you want to be hat dexterous. Ambidextrous, head ambidextrous, however you want to term that. Okay, I think that shows all the movements for this one. After that hot potato, you kick step. Excellent. Enjoy.